The whispering closet. Ella had always hated her grandmother's old house. But when Grandma passed away, it fell to Ella to clean out the place. The house creaked and moaned with every step, and the faint smell of mothballs and mildew clung to the air like a curse. The worst room was the bedroom at the end of the hall. It had always been off limits to Ella as a child. "Don't go in there," her grandmother would whisper with wide eyes. "It's not safe." Ella stood in front of the door now, its brass knob cold under her hand. The key had been taped to the back of a photo frame, and as she twisted it in the lock, a faint, rhythmic tapping sounded from inside. She froze, her breath catching. The tapping stopped. She pushed the door open, revealing a room coated in dust and shadow. The air was heavy, as if the walls were holding their breath. In the far corner stood an ornate wardrobe, its wood dark and polished to an unnatural shine. Ella felt drawn to it, her feet moving on their own. As she approached, a low whisper seeped into her ears. Ella, her name, faint and lilting, like a voice carried on a wind that wasn't there. She froze, staring at the wardrobe. The whispers grew louder, overlapping, forming a chorus of pleading voices. "Ella, help us! Open the door!" Her trembling hand reached for the wardrobe's handle. It felt warm, almost alive. She yanked it open, and inside was darkness impossibly deep, as if the wardrobe was a doorway to a void. The whispers turned to screams, and bony hands shot out from the blackness, clawing at the air. Ella stumbled back, slamming the doors shut. But the screaming didn't stop. The wardrobe shook violently, its hinges groaning. Suddenly, the door to the bedroom slammed shut behind her. Ella turned, pounding on it, but it wouldn't budge. A voice hissed behind her, cold and sharp. "You shouldn't have opened it." The last thing Ella saw before the darkness swallowed her was the wardrobe doors swinging wide and dozens of hands reaching for her. When her family arrived 2 days later, they found the house empty, save for the wardrobe. Its doors were open, but Ella was gone. Sometimes if you stand close enough to the wardrobe, you can hear faint whispers inside, calling your name.